Recently, the board proposed increasing authorized shares to 50 billion. It's a proposal, not issuance. This gives the company flexibility for future capital raises, stock splits, ATMs, M&A, and anti-takeover defenses. For those who own more than $4,000 worth of shares, it does not mean they immediately issue 50 billion shares. The CFO, Raymond Mo, resigned and the company agreed a separation package. Bitmine named a new CFO/COO, Young Kim. Resignations happen. Filings say it's not due to disagreement. Keep an eye on continuity, but no automatic fraud alarm. The company continues to buy ETH and disclose monthly holdings on-chain. There's public traceability. That operational transparency matters more than scary headlines about 50B in most cases. But where could the 100x come from? Let me explain. What exactly did Bitmine file? Let's be exact. The company filed proxy materials and press items asking shareholders to approve a charter amendment that would increase the company's authorized common shares from 500 million to 50 billion. That proposal is part of the proxy packet for the annual meeting and is aimed at giving the company broad flexibility for future capital market activities, such as at-the-market offerings, stock-issued acquisitions, potential share splits, incentive plans, and even anti-takeover provisions. In short, the board wants a very big authorization ceiling so it won't need to go back to shareholders every time it wants to do something that requires more shares. Concurrently, in a separate Form 8K, Bitmine disclosed that its CFO, Raymond Mo, provided notice of resignation effective a specified separation date and entered into a separation agreement. The 8K states the resignation is not due to any disagreement with the company's operations, policies, or practices, the standard language companies use when departures are amicable. The filing also describes severance and accelerated vesting terms. The company quickly announced a new CFO/COO appointment, Young Kim. Load-bearing official sources, the SEC proxy/chairman's message, and the 8K show these are formal, documented corporate actions. Read them before you panic. Why 50 billion looks insane to Bmnr investors, and why authorized matters. For you who own some shares of Bmnr, why did the internet go nuclear? Because 50 billion is a huge number on its face. Many retail traders see 50 billion and immediately think they're going to print shares and my stake will be worthless. That's understandable, but it's not how corporate law or markets work in practice. Important distinctions. Authorized shares equals the maximum number of shares the company is legally allowed to issue without further shareholder approval. Outstanding shares, issued and outstanding, equals the shares currently owned by shareholders, the number that matters for your percent ownership and immediate dilution. Issued shares can be increased in the future, for raises, splits, acquisitions, but that requires the company to actually file and carry out those transactions, S3 shelf, ATM sales, convertible issuance, M&A deal, which are discrete steps and require disclosure. By the way, if you are getting value from this video so far and want more like this, please like the video, it means much to us, and hit the subscribe button and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. So, raising the ceiling to 50 billion is permission slip, not a printing press switch. It gives the board optionality and speed, but for dilution to occur they still must actually issue shares, and each issuance will be documented and visible. The company's proxy packet describes the reasons: capital markets flexibility, strategic transaction flexibility, enabling stock splits, and anti-takeover mechanics. Authorized shares are like the total number of seats the theater can build. It doesn't mean the theater suddenly builds 49,500 seats overnight. It just means the theater's permission to expand is approved so the owner can quickly add seats later if demand is roaring. Why Bitmine wants that flexibility? The Ethereum treasury playbook. Bitmine pivoted to an Ethereum treasury strategy in 2025, buying ETH on the open market, planning commercial staking via Maven, and positioning itself like a corporate ETH holder plus staking operator. As the company's market cap started to track ETH price and, in management's view, could re-rate considerably, the board wants the flexibility to do at-the-market ATM sales when the stock trades at a premium to NAV, buy ETH with proceeds, issue shares for acquisitions or strategic deals quickly, perform stock splits to keep the per-share price in a tradable range as NAV increases, and implement defensive measures, anti-takeover, poison pill, if needed. That's the playbook MicroStrategy used when buying BTC, issue equity opportunistically at premiums, use proceeds to buy the underlying asset, and, if the share price trades at a premium to NAV, the equity issuance is accretive on an asset-per-share basis. Bitmine's board is clearly laying the legal groundwork to do the same on the ETH side. But note, the board is asking permission in advance, not issuing shares immediately. Think of Bitmine as a collector trying to assemble an art gallery. When the stock value looks high, people love the gallery owner can issue more tiles, shares, to buy more paintings, ETH, increasing the gallery scale. But first, the owner needs the legal capacity to print more tiles, hence the authorization. The numbers. How bad would max dilution actually look? Let's do some simple math so the fear has a temperature check. As of the filings, outstanding shares were in the mid-hundreds of millions, roughly 426 million outstanding at the time of the proposal, while authorized would become 50 billion. That's a huge ceiling increase. Theoretically, the number of shares could increase by more than 100 times, but again, that's just a legal ceiling. Now pair that with actual ETH holdings. Bitmine has publicly reported 4.11 million ETH. Recent monthly disclosures/press releases show the company owning multiple million ETH tokens. That's an occasional data point the market uses to compute ETH per share, or NAV per share. Quick arithmetic, illustrative only if Bitmine holds 4.11 M ETH and has 426 M shares outstanding, ETH per share is almost equal to 0.00965 ETH/share, very roughly. If the share count actually went to, say, 4.26 B 10 times, ETH per share would be 10 times smaller, almost equals 0.000965 ETH/share, unless the company had simultaneously bought more ETH with proceeds. So the real question is not, can they authorize 50B? But, will they issue shares sensibly, e.g., issue at premiums and use proceeds to buy more ETH, or will they issue in a way that dilutes ETH per share? The former can be accretive, the latter is value destructive. That's why investor focus shifts from the ceiling to the how and why of actual issuance. All these could symbolically 100x for investors. Owning a slice of pizza is only impacted by how many slices are actually cut and shared, not by how many more slices the pizza could be cut into. Note this as well. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Daniel 7 verses 25 to 27. Want more information about the books of prophecy? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe, and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage us to continue bringing to you more insightful videos. Do not miss out on our future videos. All I am asking is your subscription. Thank you for joining me today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's love.